The Amazing World of Gumball might look like a quirky kids cartoon, but buried under the jokes are scenes so disturbing they feel ripped from a psychological horror film. We're talking possession, erasure from reality, and a rainbow virus that kills with joy. These are the most disturbing Gumball episodes, and trust me, the last one nearly broke Cartoon Network's censors. The madness starts in Season 4, Episode 39, The Scam. In this episode, Gumball and Darwin are mad about getting 0 Halloween candy. Their solution? Cook up a spooky ghost story with Carrie, haunt their classmates, and steal candy as payment for saving them. At first, it's just a cheeky prank. Gumball fakes supernatural activity, flying objects, creepy voices, classic ghost tricks. Everyone panics, and the candy rolls in. But then things go too far. Gumball starts enjoying how scared everyone is. He becomes power-hungry, turning the harmless prank into a full-on candy extortion operation. Carrie's unease grows, but Gumball brushes it off. It stops being about fun and becomes a performance with Gumball as the puppet master. Then it gets worse. The ghost they invented, Gargaroth the Devourer, somehow becomes real. Red mist fills the air. A blast of demonic energy erupts, and just like that, a raging monster storms through Elmore, shattering peace, tearing streets, and leaving chaos in its wake. Yeah, totally normal Halloween stuff. In the end, Gumball defeats Gargaroth, but only by giving up his hoarded candy. It's not just about ghosts. Gumball's lying, selfishness, and greed let something really bad loose. And he didn't learn a lesson. He just got lucky and ran from the mess he made. But wait until you see what happens when someone actually tries to do the right thing. And just when it seems things couldn't get weirder than ghost scams and candy greed, Elmore decides to break reality over a pizza job. In this episode, Nicole forces Richard to stop freeloading and actually get a job. He reluctantly agrees to deliver pizzas for Larry. Seems simple enough, right? Wrong. This is Elmore, and Richard's sudden embrace of responsibility throws the world into complete meltdown. The second Richard starts working, Elmore begins to glitch. A slice of pizza freezes mid-air. Time loops trap characters in repeating nonsense. Water floats. The Banana family starts chanting ham in some terrifying cult-like trance. Darwin's face goes limp while his mouth keeps moving. What started as a silly dad gets a job joke turns into total visual madness. As Richard zooms around town doing deliveries, things get weirder fast. By the end, the sky is ripping apart, and it looks like the whole world's being pulled into some wild cartoon black hole. It's less haha funny and more why am I sweating right now? The episode plays on the idea that Richard's laziness is the only thing keeping the world from collapsing. Him trying to be useful breaks the system. Sometimes doing the right thing still leads to disaster. Think broken reality is scary? Wait until jealousy takes over someone's mind. These episodes mess with your head in ways you never expected. They make you wonder if reality is even real anymore. Gumball finds out Darwin had a dream about kissing Penny. A normal reaction? Some jokes? Maybe. Gumball's reaction? Total mental meltdown. He spirals fast, acting paranoid and twitchy, convinced Darwin's trying to steal Penny. He's not mad at Darwin. He's mad that his perfect best friend dynamic might be changing. So what does Gumball do? Oh, nothing crazy, just builds a whole machine to break into Darwin's dreams. Because, yeah, that's totally what a normal best friend would do. Once he's inside the dream, things get weird fast. Gumball chases Darwin through strange, twisted dream worlds, full of weird symbols, stress, and broken logic. It's honestly uncomfortable to watch Gumball fall apart, completely lost in his own jealousy and obsession. This episode isn't just teen drama, it's all about insecurity. How the fear of being left behind can turn even the nicest person into a total mess. And the best part? Gumball doesn't fix anything. He panics, messes with Darwin's brain, and walks away like it's fine. Getting inside someone's head is creepy, but what if you stopped existing completely? Gumball barely makes it out of his own jealousy spiral. What comes next? Reality decides he shouldn't exist at all. Imagine living in a world where mistakes get deleted, not fixed, erased. That's the basic premise of this episode. And yes, it's as horrifying as it sounds. When Gumball and Darwin discover certain people, places, and even memories are being systematically removed from reality, they go searching for answers and fall straight into the void. It's not just empty space, it's cold, glitchy, and packed with lost characters, like a graveyard for stories no one remembers. The horror isn't in jump scares, it's in the quiet feeling that you don't matter anymore, like you've been deleted from your own life. This one really hits hard. It taps into deep fears, being forgotten, being left behind, being called a mistake. The void goes beyond being a simple setting. It captures that deep, uneasy feeling that everything could disappear and none of it would matter. You're either part of the story or gone like you were never there. Being erased from reality sounds terrible, but what if being too happy was worse? Think you've seen disturbing? These episodes cross the line from weird to genuinely terrifying. Brace yourself for pure cartoon horror. It's a regular Monday morning, and everything seems calm. Richard and Anais are eating breakfast like any other day when suddenly, crash. They don't say a word. They just slam their breakfast onto the table, sending syrup and eggs flying into Richard and Anais's faces. As they walk away, Anais turns to Richard and tells him to give them a hug. Without hesitation, he waddles after them and wraps them in his signature wonder hug. At first, nothing happens. Then, a massive rainbow mushroom cloud explodes throughout the house. The hug unleashes something wild and unnatural. This strange force begins feeding on sadness, but when it finds Gumball and Darwin too cheerful, it senses something isn't right. At school, the boys act strangely hyper. They sing in auto-tune and laugh constantly, turning every moment into chaos. Gumball laughs so hard he mistakes Darwin's arm for a nose and ends up coughing out rainbow goo. Miss Simeon watches in horror. This isn't happiness, it's a full-blown infection. She rushes to Principal Brown, who's far too distracted recording himself doing something bizarre. When she tells him what's happening, he just laughs. She grabs his camcorder and sets off to prove the danger is real. As time passes, Gumball and Darwin become louder, more manic, and disturbingly cheerful. Then their hearts stop. Simeon is stunned, but now she has proof. She brings Principal Brown to see, but the moment he opens the door, both he and the school nurse are infected instantly. They're pulled into a hug and overwhelmed by the same unnatural joy. The infection spreads rapidly, jumping from person to person while Simeon flees and locks herself inside her office. She plays a sad song again and watches as Principal Brown slowly returns to normal. She now holds the cure. Clutching the cassette, she walks through the halls pretending to be one of the infected. But when Banana Joe breaks the dress code, she yells and her cover is blown. Simeon escapes into Principal Brown's office, locks the door, and tries to catch her breath. But it's already too late. Gumball and Darwin are inside, smiling, closing in. She turns on the camcorder and records herself laughing as rainbow goo pours from her mouth. This story, she says, has come to a happy ending. If toxic joy wasn't enough, wait until you see what rage looks like. Nicole is grocery shopping with the family, trying to stay calm while Gumball and Darwin act like hypermaniacs. After one too many tantrums, distractions, and requests for junk food, Nicole finally reaches her breaking point. And what happens next isn't just anger, it's transformation. Nicole snaps, and her rage morphs into something terrifying. Her voice deepens, her movements turn animalistic, her eyes glow. She's not just mad, she's monstrous. She tears through the store with inhuman strength, chasing her own kids in a fit of fury that feels more horror movie than family cartoon. It's easy to laugh at first, but the episode shifts hard into discomfort. Gumball and Darwin stop being goofy and start running for their lives. Richard panics. Even Anais, the calm one, looks scared. This isn't a parenting meltdown, it's pure unchecked rage, and it hits close to home. Nicole's stress, exhaustion, and frustration don't come out in words. They erupt like a volcano. And for a moment, we're all reminded that even the strongest, most loving people can explode when pushed too far. What did I miss? Let me know the darkest moment you've seen in Gumball. And if you want a part 2, hit that like and sub, because trust me, there's a lot more where this came from.